Hi, welcome to another exciting video, and we're going to continue with a series of all the rhythm patterns that fall under the crotchet notes, which is the main beat of a simple time signature. And today we're going to continue with something very important and very common in your music sheets, which is 1 quaver and 2 semiquaver notes. So sit back and watch this. This pattern is a rhythmic grouping where the first half of the beat is filled by 1 quaver, which is half beats, and the second half is divided into 2 semiquavers, which is quarter beats each. This pattern is made up of 1 quaver and 2 semiquaver notes joined together at their flag. So assuming a crotchet beat is a circle, right? We're going to have 1 half of the circle to be a quaver, and the other half of the circle will be divided into 2. So we have 2 semiquavers. So altogether we have 1 beat, right? Good. This pattern also falls under the 4 semiquaver groups. Remember I mentioned in my previous video that the 4 semiquaver group is made up of quarter beats each. So if you look at this picture, realize that the first half of the circle, which is taken by a quaver, has 2 semiquaver. Quarter plus quarter will give you half, right? And the other half of the circle is already 2 semiquaver. So everything you can see here is also under the 4 semiquaver beats. And note that all of them must sum up to 1 crotchet beat. As mentioned previously, the quaver beat is 0.5 beats or half beats, right? And each semiquaver is 0.25 beats or quarter beats. So total you have 0.5 plus 0.25 plus 0.25, which will give you 1. And that is why the crotchet still remains their words, their mother. It's the first child carrying all the children in the pattern. This pattern, quaver plus 2 semiquavers, has been used for centuries in Western music. It is common in Baroque dances, classical symphonies, and folk music because it gives a beat a long, short bounce. The British or UK name is quaver, semiquaver, right? While the American or US name is 8th notes, 16th notes, and 16th notes. That's simple. I'm going to be using fruits to explain how this beat sounds, just so you understand it better. And the fruits we're going to be using is blueberry. Long, short. So this is how it's going to sound. Blueberry, 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 blueberry. Very simple. The quaver and 2 semiquaver pattern is often common in marches, folk dance, and classical themes for rhythmic variety, and is often described as a long, short beat. At 60 beats per minute, the crotchet beat is obviously 1 second. So that means that the first half of the circle, which is a quaver, will be 0.5, while the 2 semiquavers will be 0.25 each. And everything will add up towards 1 second. At 120 beats per minute, 1 crotchet will obviously be 0.5 seconds. So that means that the first half of the circle, which is a quaver, will be 0.25 seconds, while the 2 semiquaver beats, which is the other half of the circle, would be 0.125 seconds each. And everything will add up towards 0.5 seconds. In simple time signature like 4/4, 3/4, or 2/4, the quaver and 2 semiquaver pattern is usually used to create like a syncopated or swing feeling within a beat. While in compound time signature, it can appear but is less symmetrical with natural triple division. For instance, in simple time, the beat is divided into two equal parts. A crotchet is equals to 2 quavers or 4 semiquavers. The rhythm of 1 quaver and 2 semiquavers fit exactly into 1 beat, since it equals a crotchet in duration. Also, in 4/4 time signature, the 1 quaver and 2 semiquavers can occupy beat 1 with other rhythms on beat 2, 3, and 4. While in the compound time signature, the beat is divided into 3 equal parts. A dotted crotchet is equals to 3 quavers or 6 semiquavers. The rhythm of 1 quaver and 2 semiquavers takes up only 2 quavers worth of time, leaving 1 quaver unfilled. This makes it less symmetrical with a natural triple division of compound time. For instance, if you have 6/8 time signature, a dotted crotchet beat, that is 3 quavers, could be divided as 1 quaver and 2 semiquaver plus another quaver to complete the beat. In summary, in the simple time signature, the 1 quaver and 2 semiquaver, which equals to 1 beat, fits naturally. While in the compound time, the 1 quaver and 2 semiquaver is 2/3 of a beat, which makes it feel irregular against the triple subdivisions. In the previous topic, we discussed about the 4 semiquavers. I will mention all the patterns that fall under the 4 semiquavers. Now you must understand that the blueberry pattern, right, falls under the 4 semiquavers as well, right? And we have patterns that look alike. For instance, in this image, you can see that here we have quiver rest and 2 semiquaver notes. It's still blueberry, but the blue has been dominated by the quiver rest. And here also we can see that we use the same pattern in the former video where we talked about the 4 semiquaver notes. Here we have melon. Remember we said the 4 semiquaver note is watermelon. That's the fruit we use, right? So here we have a quiver rest and 2 semiquaver notes. I would say it is melon. So these two are actually the same thing. And I've always said that they are both called blueberry, you understand, or watermelon. The water is off and the blue is off. So they sound the same thing. They sound alike. Now let us just have an example of how it is tapped. Now, there are patterns that sound similar with the blueberry pattern, and this has confused so many musicians. And now we're going to look at the difference between this pattern and this pattern. Now, here we have 1 semiquaver note, 1 semiquaver rest, and 2 semiquaver notes. And here we have B-berry, right? The blue is off, right? And here the blue is present. We have 1 quiver and 2 semiquaver notes, right? Now, if you're clapping this one, the B will not be sustained. But if I'm clapping this one, the blue will be sustained because the blue is carrying 2 semiquavers, while this is just carrying 1 semiquaver. So if I'm going to clap this, it's going to be something like this: B, berry, B, berry, B, berry. And this will be blueberry, 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 blueberry. This is sustained, while this is not sustained, but they kind of sound alike, and it is going to be very, very obvious when you play it on any musical instrument than clapping it. But just so you know the difference, this is not sustained and this is sustained. Now let us just have an example of how it is tapped. you've watched my previous video on the four semiquavers, you realize that this particular pattern is also the same thing as one of the patterns that fall under the four semiquavers, right? Because they are all families and they belong to four parts of the circle. So this is beeberry and this is watermelon. They are both the same thing and they sound the same way. Now we're going to go into exercises where this one quaver and two semiquaver pattern can be found with other patterns that fall under it. So ensure you tap with me. We've come to the end of this wonderful pattern, quaver and two semiquaver notes. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to also try out all the exercises on your own. Have a wonderful time.